Hello everybody and welcome to the very first international race here in the Budweiser All-Pro Series. That is right, we are here at Rockingham, UK. We are in the United Kingdom for our next race, and it is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 34 laps of racing here in store for us today, and we got at least 5 races left until the chase, if I'm not mistaken. About 5 races left until the chase, but like maybe 4 or 5 spots left in the chase. So it's really gonna be, if you want to get in, you need to win. So without further ado, let's go trackside and get this first international race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Nathan Hudson is on the pole, followed by Cody Hagan, O'Neal Bolvin, and Steve Pollard, your top 4. As the cars roll off onto this very, very weird-shaped racetrack. It's a 1.5-mile quad oval. And boy, is it kind of weird looking. As we begin with the cars on the racetrack. This is going to be a very interesting race. 4 turns, all of different size. Here, for those of you who don't believe me, here's the info for this racetrack. It looks like kind of a mix of you got turns 1 and 2 kind of like turns 1 kind of like Indy, turns 2 kind of like a Pocono turn, turns 3 and 4 are just like I guess Phoenix. Not really sure how to describe. But there's how you get on the pit lane. Getting on pit lane will be very, very tricky here. Hopefully these drivers will know how to do it pretty good. As we're coming through the final turn number 4, getting ready for the start of the Union Jack 400. Here in the Budweiser All-Pro Series, you see them coming off the turn, getting ready on the front straightaway. Green flag is out, we're underway! Already they head down into turn number 1. It's Nathan Hudson that's going to get the good run on the inside line. But don't count out O'Neal Bolvin. He's been pretty good here in practice. We're watching from the wide camera here as they're going to come through the turns. The 6th car of Nathan Hudson got one heck of a good jump on the start here. As they're coming off through the turn, Hudson with a good lead. All 42 drivers made it. It's a 6/10 gap between first and second right now. We'll have to see if these cars can actually. We're gonna see if these cars can actually track down the leaders. This is the very first race for these drivers at this racetrack, so they don't know how to. They're not going to really know how to take the corners here, so they're going to be kind of easy and stuff like that. Nathan Hudson now has kind of increased the lead a little bit that he has. As you see, he barely gets off the gas for that turn. I think you can pretty much hold turn 2 wide open. Turn 3 though is about the same. He's got to let off. Turn 4, which is definitely like the Phoenix turn 4, turns 3 and 4. You just go through the corner, you just barely let off the corner, you get a good run off, and Hudson will lead him back to the line. I just saw the caution flag is out. Not sure why. Oh, there's Charles Jackson on pit road. Charles Jackson on pit road, along with the Ford. I saw the Ford damage on Larry Hagan's car. So the caution flag is out for the very first time here today at Rockingham, UK. Nathan Hudson is your leader. We're going to wait and see if cars are going to come down pit road. I don't really see any indication. Alright, doesn't look like they're coming down pit road this time. So let's go take a look and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day. Okay, so here we're looking at Charles Jackson. Remember how I said this is the first time for the Budweiser All-Pro Series race cars on this racetrack. So going through turns 1 right here, you see Charles. Oh, the 4 car actually got into the 11, came down into Charles. That's what happened. Then that's where the 4 car got his damage from. And then you see the 54 Charles just goes bam really hard into the inside wall. Oh, up ahead though too. These drivers got together. But yeah, so hard into the wall for Charles Jackson. This car's all kinds of screwed up. He had to teleport back to pit road. That's what happened to bring out the first caution of the day. So let's go back up for the restart. Welcome back here to Rockingham, UK, where Nathan Hudson is our leader and only 1 car out of the race, and that is Charles Jackson. So Charles Jackson is no longer in contention for the win. Your top 10 rundown is Nathan Hudson, Cody Hagan, Derek Pemberton, Jessica Villanueva, O'Neal Baldwin, Steve Pollard, Max Newer, Sean Henley, Stephen Pollard III, and Jay Pericles. Here we go. We're getting ready for the restart. Green flag is back out. We're back underway here at Rockingham, UK. Now the 6 car didn't pull out to a big lead like he did on the start of the race. So it's going to be interesting to see if the 6 car can still hold these cars behind him. That's another thing about this track too that you guys have to pay attention to. There is no safer barriers at this racetrack. So they're definitely going to have to either try to install some, or these cars are definitely just going to have to be careful with how if they wreck. They'll be extra cautious. As you see, single file for the most part here at Rockingham. Well, look at the 24. Cody Hagan is going to have a run on the 6 car. He tries to dive it off in the corner, but the 6 car got a good run off. Is able to hold the lead as they come through the corner. Cody Hagan, that 24, trying really hard to get a good finish, to get a good win. He's trying to win so he can be in the chase. Cody Hagan all over the back bumper of that 6 car, but just can't duck it in the corner hard enough to get around him. We'll have to see what happens on pit stops. Well, I don't know when pit stops will be. It's 34 laps, and they're only on lap 11. Now the 24 car coming to the inside. He was looking to the inside, but he can't get a good enough run there. If these cars get side by side, it's going to bring the 16 car up to him. The number 6 Sailor Moon Mercedes of Nathan Hudson still leads this race. Hudson got a win earlier this season in, I believe it was the Coca-Cola 600, where Nathan Hudson got his first victory. So a second victory for Hudson would guarantee his spot in the chase. 24 car has kind of backed off a little bit from the back bumper. I guess he's kind of got to go into fuel strategy mode, maybe. We're going to kind of go through the field here. You see Seth Cole. Here's our points leader, by the way, Kyle Matthews. He came into this race with a 7-point gap over second place in points. And it was a 45-point gap going into Daytona, but when he had a bad run at Daytona, it really screwed him up. He came into this race 7 points ahead of the 3-car, Nick Altendorf, as I just saw cars diving down the pit road. That is right, we have cars coming down in the pit road. Cars coming down in the pit road, but none of them are the leaders. They all get in the pit road smoothly. The 22 of Daniel Voiles, Connor Breton, Anthony McCurry, Alex May, Annabelle Balvin, Nick Pericles, Dylan Poteet, Cody Lamas, Stephanie Naylor, Sam Young, Cameron Pemberton, all come into pit road on the first round. Now we have the leaders coming into pit road this time. There's Hudson, Hagan, Pollard III, John Cittadino, Dylan Young, Jay Pericles, Shears, Altendorf, Plord, Shrigley, Ben Neuer, Silver Fox, and others. Oh, we've had an accident on pit road, and Andy Thomas. I think Andy Thomas hit the pit wall. Andy Thomas up in smoke, hit the pit wall. I'm not sure if the caution is out because of that. No, it is not. No caution. As the rest of these cars now come down pit road, the 16 car was the leader. Not too sure who will cycle around as the leader. It very well could be that number 6 car. But once again, you never really know. No, look at this. The new leader coming off of pit road. After all of that, it shows as the 4 car, but I don't think it's updated quite yet. But I believe it's going to be the 16. Yep, the 16 of Derek Pemberton is the not the leader. Oh my gosh, they're showing the 4 car of Larry Hagan as the leader. Which reminds me, because if the 4 and the 27 car came down pit road under the caution, they had just a little bit more fuel than the others. So now we should see the 4 car dive into pit road this time. Yeah, we should see the 4 car of Larry Hagan dive into pit road this time. That'll give the lead over to the 16 car once he gets past. So the 4 car coming down pit road now. Larry Hagan led a couple laps as he comes now down pit road. It's going to cycle the lead over to Derek Pemberton. But Nathan Hudson is just right on the 16 car's back bumper. Look at how close Hudson is on the back of the 16. You remember how the 6 and the 16 car used to be teammates to one another. But now that the 6 car has been bought out by Nathan Hudson, it is now a Mercedes and they are no longer teammates. And the 6 car all over the back bumper of the 16. Look at the run he gets coming off of turn number 4. Hudson going to try to take his car down the inside line. He's got to run. He's looking, but the 16 car just pulls out ahead. He's got to stay at it if he wants to keep the lead. But we'll be right back. Well, oh, there he goes. To the inside, Nathan Hudson. Hudson down to the inside of the 16 car for the lead. And he's going to get it coming off of turn number 3. Now that we have a new leader, I just want to, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we'll be right back with some more action here at Rockingham, UK. Welcome back here to Rockingham, UK, where Nathan Hudson is still the leader with a big-time lead over the 16 car. Now here comes the 78 of Jessica Villanueva underneath the 16 car for second place going through turn 2. That's just going to open the lead of the 6 car bigger. We're going to go through a field rundown real quick. A full field rundown real quick right now of the leaders. So right now in the first position is Nathan Hudson, who took 4 tires on his most recent pit stop. Second place is Jessica Villanueva, who took 4 tires as well, full fuel. Here's third place, Derek Pemberton, who we just heard took 2 tires and full fuel on his pit stop, so that might be why he kind of fell back a little bit. Here's Cody Hagan in 4th, who took 4 tires. He says his car is handling okay for the most part for driving for the first time at this racetrack. Stephen Pollard the 3rd in 5th place says his car is running okay. He said it could be just a little bit looser though. And then here's John Cittadino in the 72 car in 6th place. Here's Max Newworth in the 7th position. Here's O'Neal Balvin in the 8th position. He won the Daytona 500. He needs some good finishes in case definitely needs these good of finishes to stay above the top 30 in points, just in case we get more than 16 winners, so he could be one of the 16 in. He won the Daytona 500, but has yet to go back to victory lane since. Here is, in 9th place, here's Dylan Young in the number 2 Miller Lite Ford. He's running pretty good. And then finally rounding out the top 10 is Connor Breton. I was going to kind of go through to show you the rest of the field here. Good battles in some of these parts of this track, but other times it's just straight racing. Here are the 2 cars right here that we're going to have to keep an eye out for. That is Peter Saviano and Larry Hagan. If for some reason these cars cannot make it the rest of the way on field and have to pit, the 27 and 4 car will actually be able to last longer on field than the others because of their wreck. And just as I say that, I see cars on pit road already. Cars making their way down pit road. Cars making their way down pit road. I saw Poteet. I saw the 7, the 21 of Sam Young, the 5 giving up 10th place. A lot of these cars coming down pit road already. Here comes a lot more of them too. McCurry and others coming down pit lane.